Hello, this is Keith George, and this screencast will walk you through the blog post assignment and setting up your blog on Blogger. So you can see I'm in 6213 in Blackboard, and we have the blog assignment in Module 1 to set it up. The first thing I want to direct your attention to is the blog rubric link down here, and that will take you to the rubric by which you will be graded on your blog entries. And it will first take you to this page here. I already have that file open. So here's the blog rubric. It's 3 items with a 0, 3, and 5 possible points for each. And as you look over this, notice that it is basically unsatisfactory, satisfactory, or exemplary. And actually in the grade book, it shows as a total out of 15 points. So let's walk through setting up a blog on Blogger. So if you go to www.blogger.com, if you do not already have a Google account, it will prompt you to create one. If you do, it will prompt you to log in. Now yours might not look as I guess busy as mine, because I actually use Blogger to read all the student blogs. So here are the student blogs from spring of 2016, and here are a couple of blog samples for me. For the most part, yours will look the same, except you won't have likely anything here for a blog. So the big thing to pay attention to is, as you saw in the blogging simply in the Simply Explained video that you watched in the course, a blog is an online weblog made up of various posts. So the first thing you're going to need to do is actually create a blog. So we're going to click on the new blog button, and we're going to give our blog a name. Now please include your name somewhere in your blog title so I can locate it easily. So you may simply call it something like Keith George Educational Technology. You might call it FNDS 6213. You can call it something catchy if you would like. Just make sure that you include your name so that I can find it. When you go down to click the address, you do not need to add a custom address or anything like that. It will do it for you. So your choices is going to be something like maybe you still do your initials, kgedtech@blogspot.com, and it's going to check and see if that's available. If it's available and you get a check mark, you're good to go. Then you can select a template, and it doesn't matter which template you use. That's simply what is going to be what your blog kind of looks like. And then you're going to create blog. And this is actually going to create you a website blog, and it was created successfully. And now that you can see, I don't need to buy a domain for it, and I don't need to know about the European Union laws, but now you can see that we are in my newly created blog, and it's given us some statistics and everything about it. In the overview, you can see a list of the posts. Once you have it, you can even add pages to it. There's a lot of things you can do here, but we're going to stay on overview. And right now we have, let's stay on post so we can see what's going on. But you can see I have no post, and it's ready for me to create a new post. So as part of Module 1, you're going to create a new post, and it's going to be called, you can call that first post Module 1. So for post title, Module 1, and you could talk more about what it's, give it a more descriptive title if you like. You're going to come down here into the text area, and you're going to enter your text. I just pasted some random text in there. You can do some formatting and things like that if you needed something to be bold. You certainly would want to know how to make a link. You can also insert pictures, things like that. But once your post is done and you have thought back to the rubric to make sure that you have covered everything. And I will make a point here on your blog entries. Part of the reason for having you do the blog assignment is to make sure not only that you understand the content that you've read in that module, but also that you have used that new knowledge to reflect back on your teaching. So please make sure that you have included some detail to demonstrate both of those points. In other words, you included some facts so that I am easily able to see that you understand the content that was talked about, you understand the terminology and all of that, and then also spend some time to reflect on your own practice. Whether you're in the classroom yet or not, you will certainly be able to take that information and determine how it will affect you. So I am looking to see some, I think this will make me statements, this has made me rethink, some statements like that that really let me know that you're thinking about what you have read over the course of that module. So then you're going to click Publish, and that's going to publish your first blog post. Now, as this saves, it's going to be important for you to understand. Let's see. Had a little error, probably because of poor internet today. Let me try that again. This is a good time to talk about the difference between a blog and a blog post. A blog is a collection of posts. So right now you can see that I'm on my blog, which is my Keith George Educational Technology blog, and I'm looking at a list of all my posts. Now it just so happens that I only have one post, but during Module 2 you're going to create a second post by clicking the New Post button, and this one will be called Module 2. And you'll do that the same way. You'll enter in the post. You'll make sure that you have thought about your rubric to include everything. You'll publish that. And then when it goes back to your list of posts, you'll see that you have 2. It takes just a minute to save that. Takes just a minute to save that. A little bit of internet problems here. There we go. And now you can see that I have 2 different posts. Now, when you do that first post, part of your assignment that first time is to share with me the URL or the address of your blog. Now, this is the address bar. However, this is not the public address. This is the address that you will use to add to your blog. I need you to submit the public address, and you find that by clicking the View Blog button, and it will take us to the whole blog, and we'll copy this address. Notice that it is whatever I named it, .blogspot.com, and I'm going to copy that address. Now I'm going to jump over into Blackboard, and I'm going to go to Assignments. I'm going to find my blog post assignment. I'm going to click on it to enter into that assignment. And then for this, in order to get this graded, I have to do a couple of things. First off, I have to make sure that I have submitted the assignment so that I can allow the teacher to grade it. It won't show up in the grade book ready to grade until you've submitted. So what are you going to submit? Since the actual post is on your blog, do not post your blog itself, the text of your blog, into Blackboard. You're simply going to go to Write Submission, and you're going to make a statement of, I have completed my blog post. And then you're going to paste the URL of your blog. Notice again, it is something.blogspot.com. It is not www.blogger.com. Something.blogspot.com. And sure, I would love it if you would go in and make that a link so that I can click on it. and just paste that address there and do insert, and that will turn that into a link. Yeah, we'll let it open in a new window. So it made it a link, and I've got my complete statement. I've got my address. Now I can submit it. And it's not until it's submitted through Blackboard that there's any way for the teacher, the instructor, to grade the assignment. So you have to make sure that you add that into your post. Now you're actually going to do the same thing for any assignment, whether it is a blog post, a VoiceThread comment, a discussion board comment, anything like that that does not automatically include an attached submission in Blackboard. You're going to make a completed statement. I have completed whatever, and if necessary, include a link or whatever you need to, and click submit. It's not until then that I am actually able to grade it. So again, on Blogger, make sure that you're doing a new post for each time. To get the URL that you turn in, click on View Blog first, and then copy that URL. And always make sure that you go into Blackboard, do the assignments, and submit your assignment. Well, I hope this has been helpful for you. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to email me.